I'm a type of individual that always end up in situations where I have experience in. Majority of the time, unbeknownst to me, a connection takes place that allows me to expound on the experience I have for whatever situation one individual may be dealing with. And I'm always picking up like synchronicities and visions towards the energy. But then being empathic as well, I'm always feeling other people's energy. You know what I'm saying? So not for nothing, I always have. I've already went through situations when I was young, tempering myself, feeling different things, being super emotional, thinking that it was me feeling these things when it was coming from outside of the world because I was attracted to or gravitated to circumstances because I had particular knowledge on this because of how I felt towards it, which ultimately made me feel as a young person that I can save the world. Like, I'm gonna go out and help everybody. You just gotta love. Ultimately, that kept me away from what was for me. Like what would have did those things for me. It kept me away from those things. And then that became my base integrity because then I always found myself trying to liberate the world. It's a hard thing trying to let go of natural integrities, like things that you are, especially when you're gravitated to knowing the science says you have to go through the fire. And I'm just like, I've been learning hard my whole life. It's not a day that I step foot on this earth that I haven't learned hard through my experiences and very hurtful life. And through all of that, at this age, still trying to hold on to what I believe to be happiness or the original happy consciousness that's been with me since I was created. This is why I have this level of knowledge when it comes to circumstances of self-awareness. Despite how I felt and wanted and different things that like those natures, I started just acknowledging the fact of those things existing and then trying to satisfy the sensations without satisfying the emotion. Just going bare balls, bare knuckles, no nothing. Just eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes nobody to talk to, sometimes no one to express it. Just you have to hold it in, figure it out, work it out, and get through it. That's been most of my life. And you know, I never get a chance to sit down and actually have an open heart to heart with anybody on this level that has that understanding. It's mostly people who just absorbing my energy. So moving forward is always subsequently the value of you being prepared to what you already know. Like you knew things and there's no need to feel a certain way when the things you already knew are still taking effect in the world, so to say. You know, we all have, and I watch it, I see it all around, you know, brothers and sisters of different cultures are just bringing this truth to the table. And I think it's a beautiful thing. Me being like this my entire life. You can go back 10 years ago and see videos that I was putting up that people are just starting to talk about today. And that speaks volume as far as the seed being planted. The seed has to be planted. It doesn't matter who plants it as long as it's planted correctly and it's allowed to grow. I think this understanding and standing that I have right now is based on the value of possibly today's mathematics, right? So what is today's mathematics? Today's mathematics would be born or to be. So to be is today's mathematics, born or to be. So just being, and then realizing that in that aspect, just being what I was, gave me a different strength as far as to why things were. It is tiresome, but I always meditate and I try to stay as humble as possible. I think the saddest part is not having no one that can actually throw it back at me. Like, I can build with people, and even some of my homeboys, if I'm throwing them at them, they kind of feed off my energy. It's not like a real explosion of knowledge that's not particularly known for me from them. It's just like I'm speaking and everybody builds off it. And, sometimes I'm wanting to be in that situation of dynamicism to where someone can show me higher, you know what I mean? Like, also being in the comfortable state of living to where I can expand my mind. I don't believe in the chaos theory. I know what chaos does. And yes, you're going to learn something from chaos. But once you understand that you do not need chaos, you can focus on growth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm way past that shit, like somewhere else. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to put this out there because particularly I listen to all the uploads and stuff, and I don't know. I don't feel like I'm on the same output level as everybody else. Like, I'm not trying to talk about what's going on in the world. I'm not trying to focus on some particular book. I'm not trying to tell people what to do or whatever. I'm just building with y'all on my personal experiences according to circumstances that others may go through. And this is my whole point with this channel and focusing towards moving forward. If you get a chance to listen to this, comment, like, and subscribe, share it. You know what I'm saying? Give me some feedback. You know what I'm saying? Build with me. So maybe my experiences can help you. You already know the vibes, man. It's NAGA.